everyone, welcome back. It's time for another garden tour. I know it's been a couple of months, but life got a little bit busy. If you're following us on social media, you probably saw that our daughter had surgery. She is fine now, but it kind of put a little bit of roadblocks for us. First of all, for you who are new to our channel, let me just tell you, we live on a standard city lot, 1/8 of an acre, and we grow about 70 to 80% of our own food, and we're a family of 5 who are a zero-waste family. So this update is for March, April, May, and June, and part of July. And of course, we're growing a lot of food. This is like, ooh, it's just really happening. So someone asked us how much food we harvest on our homestead. So we start weighing all our food, and since March until now, we have actually harvested 380 pounds of food. That is on 1/8 of an acre. That is so awesome. I wanted to give a little bit of a different tour than I normally do. I actually want to show you our garden, giving a full tour on it. So this is our front of our house, and you can see our neighbors is very next door, and they're very patient with us growing vegetables. Right, so we're growing, we have all these boxes, and we started off with just this box, and then we have just added, because we feel like this is a space that we do not use. So why not add in boxes and grow pretty much anywhere? There used to be just some sad plants, and we removed most of those plants, and now we actually have fruit trees and berry trees in the back, which is really exciting. The really fun thing that happened this year was that our neighbor, she has some wild bees moving into her roof actually, and thanks to that we got so many bees flying around and pollinating our garden. So this year has been an enormous. We had so many corn. I think our harvest is just from these corns that are old now here. We harvest about 40 corn on the cob, shoot ones. Also lots of tomatoes. We've been freezing tomatoes and preserving tomatoes. And also yesterday, actually me and my friend, we actually canned a lot of tomato sauce. So it's been really exciting. I think we're gonna be set for the year on tomatoes. Zucchinis, oh my, we could not grow more zucchini. So last year, we didn't get a whole lot of zucchini. So this year we decided to be safe than sorry and plant a little bit more zucchini plants than normal. Well, they all worked, and we're drowning in zucchini. But you know, it's a good problem to have, I would say. The heat came a little sooner this year. I would say already in April we're having heat waves, so we've been mulching a lot. Budget-friendly tip, and also a plastic-free tip. We don't buy our mulch for our garden. We actually use leaves and green things from our garden, old plants, but also we take grass clippings and anything from our neighbors that we know is not spraying, and that is, we get the free mulch. This is the best mulch that actually helps the soil stay moist and cool, and also gives nutrients to the plant. So that's my little zero waste tip for today. So let's talk about what's growing. Herbs, lots and lots of herbs. Sometimes they go into the bolt really quickly in the heat, but I would take still use the flower, because they have a lot of punch, a lot of like flavor, so you don't want to skip on that. We're not growing as much lettuce right now because of the heat, but we have some in the back which is shady, which is really nice. And of course, we're still getting some broccolis and cabbage, which is a little bit surprising this late in the season. Beans, lots and lots of beans. Actually, this year we're growing Edamame Beans. That's a new one, and they're looking pretty good. A little small, but really good. I'm really excited about that. The biggest surprise, I would say, is that our nectarines and our peaches and our figs they're lots of fruit, but they're not ripening like as fast as I'm normally. So I'm thinking it could be the heat or something. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot. It's just going to take a little sweet time coming in. But we're getting grapes. So we put our grapes in little bags like this. And then it's because first year we got grapes, and then we didn't get any grapes because the birds ate them all. So now we put little bags in them to protect them. Also still getting rhubarbs. We finally cracked the code on the rhubarbs after years of trying to grow rhubarbs in our garden and failing. This time we figured out that putting them in the pot actually worked for some reason. We're getting strawberries. The raspberries are also coming along really slow, which is a surprise, but I think that they're going to come along eventually. So but we're just going to have to be very patient about that.
I have to admit, I just love red beets. I don't know where these were my whole childhood, because as an adult I just love roasting these things up. So we are going to be eating roasted beets for the next few weeks. I am so happy.
We also been growing more onions this year than normal, because you know, homegrown onions are really like, it's so nice. So we harvested a lot of red onions, and they're all now curing out in the garage, meaning that they're gonna dry so we can actually preserve them and keep them for a long time. Another exciting thing to happen is we had a lot of butterflies being born in our garden. So the boys think it's really fun to run around and see where they can find the little chrysalises, and sometimes even can see the little guys when they crawl up and start spinning around themselves. And then of course course, the most exciting part is when we see every day a butterfly is being born, and they still they stay around here, keep flying around in our garden. I mean, so we definitely have like a butterfly garden, I guess. And one really big surprise was that we got pumpkins already, and we already harvest them. This is a really cute story. So our son, our youngest son, he's 8 now, but when he was 4, he decided he wanted to grow pumpkins, and he went to our local nursery, and a man named Farmer Bill, if you have seen our documentary, you have seen him. He unfortunately passed away this year, so it's very special. So he gave him 6 pumpkin seeds, and from that, he's been growing pumpkins every year and harvested. We take the seeds and we save them and we grow new ones. So these are Liam's pumpkins, and he is very, very proud of those. And we're also growing eggplants this year. Last year we did not have any luck with eggplants. Must have been something. Eggplants and zucchini did not do really well. This year they're going really, really well. So we're gonna harvest that and make a lot of ratatouille. I'm so excited. Between the tomatoes, the onions, the zucchinis, and the eggplants, there's gonna be a lot of ratatouille in our future. I'm getting hungry thinking about it. So that was our front and our side. So let's go check out the backyard, which is the real fun part. Not very big, but we use it very smart. And so obviously more tomatoes along the wall, and in the back we have our peaches, nectarines, and some satsumas, and they're using the water from our laundry machine to water them. So here we have the 4 main boxes. This was the first one we started with when we turned our garden into a homestead. And we also replaced all the different bushes and whatever that we had, and palm trees that was in the back, and we replaced them with fruit trees, because our philosophy is that if we're gonna grow it, we're gonna be able to eat it. And it's been working really, really well. Oh my gosh, we've been getting so much cabbage. Last year we got a lot of cabbage, but this year has been a record year when it comes to cabbage. And we've been getting red cabbage, Savoy cabbage, and green cabbage. And so now I'm spending a lot of time fermenting. If this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. We love to hear from you, and I will see you soon again. Bye.